Yo, how y'all doing, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about why I started this YouTube and why I'm talking about self-love. Hey, by the way, my daughter's in the back, so she make noise. Y'all already know what it is. If you have kids, y'all understand what's going on. I am driving right now, and I couldn't sit down and actually, make a content, and I was so mad because I'm like, I really want to make content, and I really want to talk about what's going on and how this is so important to me. So I started my YouTube maybe a year ago, and I was like, I don't really know what I want to make. So at first I was making music, and I was like, I'm gonna give it to people the way, everybody wants to be an artist. I mean, if you're a creator, you like the art, whatever the case may be, and I like to sing, so that's for another time. But when I first made my YouTube, that's what it was about, and I was all into this music, and then I started working this job, right? And this is about 5 years ago. I started working this job, and I started working with mental health kids. And what I realized was that, some of the issues that these mental health kids have, God damn it, what? I had these issues too. It was crazy. I'm like, adults is almost like big kids, right? And I had to heal from these traumas and these things that I was going through. And when I healed from it, I was like, wait, I became aware. So if I'm aware, right, I can help these kids. So boom, I started talking to these kids about things. I started seeing the growth from the kids. The kids started behaving better. They started doing better in school. They started doing better at home with their parents and stuff. I started getting relationships with the parents. And I'm like, this is crazy. I started even talking to the parents about things that they was going through. I started doing so well at my job that I got a promotion. And I was like, what? I got promoted for doing something? All because I've healed. All because I've done something better within myself. Right? Fast forward. Last year, I was like, if I can help people in front of me, the people I can connect to right here, I can connect to people on a deeper level, expand myself on a platform such as YouTube. Boom. So that led me to creating content about self-love and everything. And then I'm like, I'm not even confident or comfortable with being on camera and stuff like that. I'm like, this camera stuff is kind of crazy. How do people do it? So long story short, I winded up putting on a camera, and then I was uncomfortable. I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about, what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do. And I started doing it almost every day. I'm lying, not even every day. I started doing it once a week. And what I realized, every time I done it, I gotten a little better with communicating. I used to hold meetings at my job, but now I'm communicating to a camera, and then this stuff started making sense. I'm like, I'm communicating better, I'm talking better. The only thing I gotta do is really just keep it going. So boom, now I'm like, all right, how can I deliver the message of self-love, self-worth, and why you should invest in yourself? And it's quite interesting. Why wouldn't you this is our life, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you become aware, I'm one of those people that I think if you put positivity into the world, positivity is gonna come back to you, right? So, but if you put negativity into the world, don't ask why your life is going the way it's going. But there's some people who, they got those self-doubts. They get these, limiting beliefs because of their families or the people they connect to or life in general. So how do you change that belief? How do you change who you are and become the better version of self? So I started reading these books. It's fascinating, right? Because if you want to hide something from an idiot or ignorant person, right? They put it in a book. They put it inside of a book for people who reading. I come from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx, and when you in school and stuff like that, people make fun of you for reading. It's crazy, right? But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go against the norm. After I graduated and everything from high school, then I graduated from college. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go against the norm. The one thing I hated doing, even after I graduated, was reading. I'm like, how the hell did I get a bachelor's and not like reading? But anyway, so I started reading, and what I've come to realize is that it was so true. Like, everything that was hidden from me was in these books. Like, oh, you gotta be aware. Oh, you have to be conscious of what you're doing. Oh, why are you eating that? Oh, why are you drinking like that? And why are you spending your money? So the funny thing is, right, I've wanted to get rich. I'm like, yo, I need to get rich. I don't know what's up with this, but money is what I need. I'm tired of being broke. I'm over it. So what it came down to was like, all right, so how do I get rich? I started reading these books. Then I read these books and I'm like, yo, they keep talking about spirituality, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about spirituality? My spirituality wasn't right. I wasn't right with the source, right? So because I wasn't right with the source, I had no clarity on it. I'm like, yo, it doesn't make any sense. What do you mean, like, your spirituality determines your wealth and your success? Like, why do you do the things you do? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, half of the people who's listening, and people, the reason why we want money is for selfish desires. Nobody wants money out of helping somebody. And when I've started to learn, like, and I've been working at this job and I've been helping, I'm like, yo, this is crazy, because it's all kind of connecting. But I wasn't aware that the reason that I wanted these things was because, you know, I want to help. You know, that's what it is. I want to help. So how can you help people? How can you help yourself, right? And if you want to help yourself, it's by helping others. And that's the fascinating thing. Like, people don't realize that, like, by loving, like, having a big heart, like, by caring about the person that's in front of you, regardless of if you know them or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's fell on the ground, most people would just laugh, like, yo, that nigga's tripped. But that person who's gonna be like, yo, you all right? Do you need a hand? That's somebody who's spiritually wealthy, spiritually cares about others. If you really care about somebody other than yourself, other than your family, other than your circle, that's deep. That's real love. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those are the kind of people I want to attract to my page. That's the kind of energy I want to attract, because that's who I became. I haven't always been like this, I'm not gonna lie, but it's who I became. And, you know, when I got on YouTube and I started listening to other motivational speakers and stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, this is fascinating. There's other people who think the same way as I think, because, you know, like minds attract like minds. Before, you couldn't get me to do that. I was listening to all of this what's that called, radio music, and fuck this and fuck that, and it was all like disrespect and negative comments. Like, it was all negativity. You know what I'm saying? But when I started, like, getting into the source, started adding God into my life, started reading the Bible, you know, started just putting, you know, my self-healing first, and started, you know, treating the people around me right. That's the beauty of that too.